Tonight, Republican lawmakers telling the Obama administration not so fast. Now, you'll remember, over the July 4th holiday weekend, HHS releasing more than 600 pages of Obamacare regulations and slipped in among them a rule that the government would not have to verify if all applicants truly qualify for taxpayer-funded subsidies. Well, now the GOP taking aim at the Obamacare rule. Representative Diane Black joins us. Good evening.
Good evening, Greta. Great to be with you.
Nice to have you here. All right, there was a vote 235 to 191. You peeled off 5 Democrats, I understand, to pass it to stop insurance subsidies. So tell me, what is the bill to stop insurance subsidies?
Well, the bill simply requires to do what the original law required, and that is that you must verify someone's income eligibility before they received an Obamacare subsidy for the health care program. And it simply holds the administration accountable so that the American taxpayer is not defrauded with people getting on the system and getting a subsidy that they don't deserve.
Well, the Obama administration has said that that the July rule that we're talking about, you and I, has been misinterpreted, that it applies to a very small subset of people, and the eligibility checks for these people will not be undermined. That's the White House response.
Well, that is that we're supposed to trust this administration when they just willy-nilly decide where they're going to abide by the law. By the way, this was their own law. It was one of the salient features of the Patient Affordability Act. And now we have them saying that, oh, by the way, in this clandestine rule that came out over July the 4th, we're not going to abide by the law. There's self-attestation. And then after we did a lot of research on this and found out what they were actually doing, they came to our committee 3 weeks later and said, oh, by the way, now we're going to do an audit of 100% of the people. No, we need a program that actually verifies the income so that we don't have fraud and abuse that are costing the American taxpayer dollars.
And I guess every time there's a subsidy, somebody's got to pay for it. So if the person isn't eligible, the person's getting
That's
a free
right.
subsidy, and taxpayers pay the subsidies, right? It comes out of the government, taxpayer money.
That's correct.
And the whole idea was that people who, that everyone pay into the pot to lower the price. So if some are getting subsidies who shouldn't, that really sort of skews the whole point of the financial way we're going to run this to begin with.
It does. And as Chairman Kevin Brady said today, what are we just going to have a pinky promise on this? We don't have rules that are written. We have an administration that says, oh, we're going to do it this way one day, we're going to do it this way the next day. Back in April, we were told by Secretary Sebelius we weren't going to have any more delays. Well, you know, this is one they should have delayed. When they found out, as they said in the rule back in July, that they were unable to do this because the systems were not ready, they should have delayed it until the systems were ready. We cannot afford to have this much fraud and abuse out there. Some estimates up to $25 billion, over $250 billion in a 10-year period. We just can't do that to the American taxpayer.
Representative, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be watching it.
You're welcome. Thank you.